Good morning, sisters and brothers, and welcome to our Sunday Words of Inspiration. But first of all, I would ask of you that you remember in your prayers our sisters and brothers of the Jewish community. Today they observe Yom Kippur, the Feast of Atonement, which for them is the holiest day of the year. So please keep them in your prayers. Next Sunday, October 4th, is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. He is the patron saint of animals, and traditionally we would have the blessing of animals occur, the blessing of pets. However, this year we need to do it virtually. And so I invite you to join me next weekend. And right in the beginning of these words of inspiration, I will pray a prayer, a blessing. And I just want to remind everyone I am a vehicle of God's blessing to you, and you can be a vehicle of blessing to your pets as well. And so next weekend we will have the virtual blessing of our pets. Also, I want to remind everyone that the Board of All Souls, we met last Thursday. We had a Zoom meeting. And Calvary Church, where we worship, is still closed for in person worship services. And that is for all the worshiping communities there. So, as we find out more information when they will open, we will convey that to all of you. We do look forward to that day that hopefully soon we can gather together to worship in person. But we are still together. We are still united, even though physically we are separated. Jesus and his parables, they're mind bogglers, aren't they? They're almost like riddles that need to be solved. And to come up with a solution or an answer, we really have to think about it. And we can't just lightly come up and quickly come up with an answer, but we really have to think about it. We have to analyze it. In today's gospel, we have the attitude of two brothers, and their attitudes that rather differ. The one son says yes to his father, and in the end did not do what the father had asked of him. The second son said no, and in the end he did do what the father asked of him. Well, you know, let's develop this parable, this story a little bit more. Once upon a time, there was an owner of a large vineyard. He had two sons, Mike and Lawrence. Mike was the elder of the two, and Mike was going to inherit the vineyard. He had a special relationship with his father. He was the apple of his father's eye because he was the firstborn male. The father had great plans for Mike. He had great dreams for him. He really relied on him a lot. He deeply trusted him. And Mike would go around town telling everyone how great his father was, how much he loved his father. Mike would tell the people, I do anything to please my father. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? And then there's Lawrence, the younger of the two. Oh, he was a good-hearted man, no doubt about that. He was a little jealous and envious of his older brother because he was always playing second fiddle. Well, it came to harvest time, and all hands needed to be on deck. And so one day, the owner of the vineyard goes to his two sons, Mike and Lawrence, and he says, I need your help. Can you go into the fields? Well, there's Mike. You would think that Mike would drop everything, go running into the fields, and start working. Because after all, he's going to inherit the vineyard. And then there's Lawrence. You know, Lawrence has every right to complain. Why should I go? No way. Okay, so who was the better of the two sons? Why? Well, I'm sure you came up with an answer. But you know what's interesting? Isn't it true that both of them, they really caused their father pain? One in the beginning and one in the end. Isn't it true both of them could have been better sons? Well, my sisters and brothers, what is Jesus communicating to us through this short little parable? It's something very simple. Our words and our deeds need to be coordinated. You know, we can have very profound promises, but are our profound promises followed by profound performance? Are our fine words followed by fine deeds? What a challenge. You know, in our words, we say yes to God, but so often in our deeds, we say no to God. Oh, there's something beautiful about an old sports quote. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know, when you think about it, we need to apply that to our life. You know, there's not going to be one single act or one single stage in our life. We're going to be evaluated at the finish line. So it's not where you start, but where you finish. And you and I will be judged at the finish line. May God bless you. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. And please do follow the COVID guidelines. May God bless you all.